Never before have I played such a crass, disgusting, filthy, and deplorable game. I kinda liked it. In Damned Daniel, you play a struggling alchemist, Daniel, who is gifted a Book of the Damned from a mysterious benefactor. What could go wrong? Within its pages are recipes for potions that are very specific to his client's requests. Mostly extreme STD removal and tripping of the mightiest of balls. It's obviously a comedy game, and it was written by the creator of Metal as Fuck and The Adventures of Quiverdick. However, it was created by a different developer, Red Mouse Games. This does little to affect the general feel of the story. Crankage has a unique voice, but the way the game flows is slightly different compared to other games developed by Crankage Games themselves. Either way, it's still hilariously funny and incredibly crass. In fact, it's probably the most crass and disgusting one in the entire library of both developers. Which, honestly, for me at least, went a little too far. There's a dog, and it has... I'm not going to get into the details, but the game spares no punches as it gives an entirely too descriptive description of just what is going on with this dog and its... undercarriage. And aside from that, just when the story is getting nice and interesting, it ends. I was left kind of going, that's it? And that's both a good and a bad thing. Good in the fact that I wanted more, but bad that there wasn't anything left to satiate my appetite. The game has an excellent price point. It's about $2.29 Canadian, so that works out to about $1 for an hour of content. Well worth it for the price. It's also hilariously written. Aside from the extreme gross outs, this one is full of snappy, funny writing. Crankage has a knack for comedy games, and this one is no exception. I wasn't a fan of how short the game was, though. While the price can't be beat, I still felt it was generally just too short. The game can be completed in about 2 to 3 hours with no real incentives to replay it. You only go on 2 expeditions, quote-unquote, for the exotic ingredients as well, so it feels almost like more of a demo of a fuller game. While there are several interactive scenes in combat, there are a lot more scenes of talking heads and plot developments, so it plays a little bit more on the side of a visual novel than I'd say an RPG. Not to say that's a bad thing. This one is more of a pet peeve, but this game is chapter 1 of a supposed series, but there's no indication anywhere on the store page or anywhere else that this is such until you get to the end of the game. Speaking on that, it ends really abruptly. Pretty much on a cliffhanger, with no indication of when the next chapter will be coming. And I've mentioned it before, it's super gross. This one is not for the weak of stomach. I mean, the section about the dog alone? I streamed it live on Twitch. I kinda regret that. So, is Damned Daniel doomed to rot in hell, or can salvation be had? Well, to be frank, it's on the cusp for me. If you can look past the overly gross toilet humor in more than a few areas, then totally well worth the price. And it had me crying laughing in more than a few parts. But if you're a bit squeamish, it's probably better to let this one pass you by. You know, I'm gonna say this one is just barely a recommend. And that was my review of Damned Daniel. If you liked it, throw me a like on the video. If you really liked it, you can support me by either joining on Twitch as a subscriber or through Patreon. Links are below. I'm HawkZombie. Thanks for listening.